I'm going to have a go at making a twine bowl today. I've never done this before, so I have no idea. Normally it's done by sewing, but I'm not going to do it by sewing. I'm going to do it using hot glue. So I'm going to see if I can do that. I've made some thicker twine, look, using this, because I think this is far too thin. The first thing I need to do is cut my ends off there and glue that together so it doesn't all come apart. This will be great for putting little things in. I don't think for 1 minute I've made enough twine here, but I can sort that out again in a minute. So all I'm going to do is wrap this on itself until I get a base that I think is big enough. Going around, putting a little bit of hot glue on and then pulling it tight enough, but not too tight where it distorts it. And I don't want it to bleed out as well, because if not, it will look a mess. It will look like just a gluey mess. And I don't want that. I think this will give it some rigidity as well. So there's the start of my base. And all I'm going to do now is carry on going round that and gluing it on until I'm happy with the size that it is to then go up and do the sides. Well, now I've got my base nearly done. I'm going to go round to there because that's where I started. So another half a loop. I have learned that it makes a lot less mess if you keep your glue gun actually on the cord or the hemp or whatever it is you're going to use, and then put your stuff on. But it is actually quite easy to clear up as well, and I'll show you that in a second. So as you can see, I've got my actual glue gun. I'm pulling the trigger really slowly. If only I didn't have this blimmin' tremor, it'd make life so much easier. And then I'm pulling that and pushing it onto the glue. See, that's much cleaner than I have been the rest of the time. How far have I got to go? To there. So that's as big as the base that I want it to be. Now, if you have got some mess in it and you're a bit like me, a bit messy or whatever, then all I'm using is these tiny little scissors to go in there, cut off any bits of glue that I can see coming through. And all I'm doing is cutting the glue off. I'm not cutting it into the cord at all. I think that's quite a nice base, quite a nice size. So I'm going to run out of cord. I'm definitely going to run out of cord because that's all I've got left. And I'll show you how to make some cord. It's so easy. So now I've got to there. What I'm going to do is keep that fairly flat. And I need to start to come up now at a slight angle with my cord. So I'm bringing that up here. See what I mean by that in a second. Can you see there? It's raised. I'm trying to keep it at the same angle all the time. Now, I've seen loads of these done using the sewing machine and they look amazing. I'm not sure my sewing machine is robust enough to get through this cord. That's why I'm doing it with the glue gun. So each time I go round this until I get to the shape that I want, I'm going to keep it at that angle. As you can see, that's starting to come up now like that. This is making the sides of my little bowl. See, I'm starting to get little sides coming up. So I'm going to go round that, carry on doing that until I run out of cord, and then I'll quickly show you how to make some more cord. So I've nearly finished this bit now, and all I'm doing is going, this is much neater as well, and I think it's because I can hold my hand more steady doing this. I've glued off the end, this end, like I did when I first started. And it comes on really quick. I mean, you can, once you get used to it, I think you can make several of these in an hour. I'm really liking that. But I want it to be higher than that, definitely. So that's the first bit done. And now all I'm going to do is, before I do anything else, is go through this and clear some of this glue up. Because you can see there's like a big bit of glue. And all I'm doing is nipping that really close to that cord. And now, as you can see, you can't see it. But the inside is much neater this time than it was when I was doing the base. I'm getting better at it. So now I'm going to show you how easy it is to make that cord. So all you need to get is your cord like this and cut off. I did this 4-ply. I need 4 bits of this, all the same length. Now you can do this as 2-ply, 3-ply or 4-ply. Depends on how many strings that you want to attach. So now I've got my 4 strings. So now what I'm going to do is attach, because I'm doing a really long cord, I'm going to attach my cords to a handle. If you haven't got a handle, you can attach it to a frame, something that's pretty rigid. I find this is the easiest way for me to do it. If you're only doing short cords, you don't need to attach it to anything. You can just attach it to your fingers. because you want to keep your cords separate like that. So I'm using an electric fringe maker, and believe me, these are so easy to use. But what you do need to do is ensure that your cords are kept separated. The first thing I'm going to do is just pull that down, pop my cord through there like that, let that clip onto that, pull a bit of that cord back through, and that has held that in there nice and tight. Now I need to get the second cord, which is this one, and put that next to it there. Pull that down, flip that in, and pull about the same amount through, like that. So now, as you can see, my cords are nicely separated. Got the third one, pull that back, push that in there, like that. And then the fourth one is in there. If you was only using 3-ply, then you just set it up with 3 cords. And now all I'm doing is pulling it so it's nice and taut. And as you can see on here, there's 3 buttons. You turn it on. Once it's on, you hold that button down and a little light comes on to tell you that's on. You've got an S and a P. Now the S is a single twist, and I don't need to single twist these because they're already twisted, but that turns, I'll show you quickly, that turns these individually. Look, so, but I don't need to do that because they're already twisted. But if you've got some cord that isn't twisted, or you want it to be a little bit tighter twisted, then use that. So I'm going to use the P, which is the plying button. And I'm keeping it at tension, and I can speed that up. Can you see how that's already starting to make that cord? And it won't take long. Let's turn it off. See if that's corded enough. 2 more twists, I think. You don't have to pull it really tight, but as long as you're keeping a decent tension on it, then you're going to be fine. So all I do now is go over to this end, cut my cords off, and then on this end, I just release the cords like that. And you've got a cord made. A 4-ply cord made. There we go. Look how easy that was. Cut my ends off, glue those up so they don't come apart. And now we've got some great cord made there, look. So if you want to make just a short piece of fringe, if you want to make a tie back or something like that for your curtains, or you want to make it for a rug or things like that, then all you need to do is get your string like that. Put a knot in it at the top, like that. Keep these nice and separated because it does make it easier. I'm using some coloured string here. And then pop these in like that. So I've got all 4 in there now. That one needs to be a little bit tighter, I think. Yeah, that's all right. And now all I'm going to do is hold this knot like this here. And if you want to, you can put your fingers in between as well, like that, to get your nice tension. See, look at that. And now I'm going to use the P on this again and just push that down. Turn that off. Look how quick that did that. You must keep the tension. I've seen videos where people have said, oh, I've tried one of these and I couldn't get it going. And they're like holding it like that and just turning this on and expecting it to do it. Well, that's not going to work like that. You've got to use the tool as it's designed. And now I've got this great coloured twine. Look at that. How quick was that to make? And if you wanted to, I could put 4 more on this size and twine those together as well. If I wanted to make a little fringe out of this, all I would do is tie that in a knot there. So if I had some material or something like that, and thin strips of material, you can do it with as well. So I could tie that little knot there, get my scissors, like that. And then I've got a little fringe, and I can open them up a little bit more if I want to, using a little brush. So all I've got to do is take a brush. If you use thicker cord to start with, you're going to get a thicker rope. There's a difference in that and that, look, there's a big difference. So now I've got a little fringe. I love it. Anyway, back to what I was doing. So I've got my end now here, and all I'm doing is I'm going to put a bit of glue on this end where I finished it before, and a little bit of glue on that end, and then push those together so they join up. And you shouldn't actually see the join because this is quite fluffy stuff. And now I can continue going round with my glue until I've got to the point where I think it's high enough. But what a great little tool that is, and you can use it for so many. I mean, I use cord and all that sort of thing so often in my crafting, and I often want thicker cord, and this has allowed me to make the thicker cord. I'll link it in the description below if I can find the link for it, and if I've got a discount code, then I'll link that as well. So I'm going to put a couple of little handles on it. So all I've got is the other end of the string, like this, and now I'm going to cut that there. Re-glue that end as well so it doesn't all unravel, because I don't want it to unravel. And it's still attached this end, so that's fine. Glue that end of my loop, and then I'm going to glue those onto there. Although I think that might be a bit close together. I'm going to open that up a little bit and probably glue them like that. Bit of glue there. Hold that on there until it's glued together. Bit there. Hold that on. And now all I'm going to do with this cord that I've got left here is carry on round. And now all I'm going to do here is go around there like that. Glue that on there. And now I've got a little handle attached to it. And I'm going to put another one on this side. So all I'm doing is put this other handle in. I've got my loop to the size I want. I'm going to glue that end there to stop that unraveling. And then glue that end there as well to stop this one unraveling. Let that cool down a second and then squidge that down. Squidge that one down. That is going to go on there. So opposite that one that I've already put on. A bit of glue on there. Hold that into that glue until that's set. And then same for the other end. And now I can carry on with my cord. Gluing my cord on here till I get up to that first handle. And then I'm going to glue that on there like that. And then go over that and glue in between them. And now just continue round until I've got only a little bit of this cord left. And that's how easy it is to put the handles on. I thought that might be a bit more difficult than that, but it weren't. Quick thank you to everyone that got me a coffee last month. Honestly, every coffee goes back into this channel and allows me to keep buying these things that I show you or test out or use in my channel. I wouldn't be able to do that without the coffee. So thank you very much. And everybody's name's on my coffee board now. So I'll continue this off until I get right to the end. And then once I'm at the end, I'll show you how I'm going to finish off the end bit. Well, before I finish this off, what I'm going to do is make a little pot to sit in there as well, using this same method. I'm taking off, and this was a sauce that I got from a supermarket. So all I'm going to do is take that off, that label, so it's nice and clear, and then go round with a knife and cut off this lip, because I don't want this lip on here. I'm going to try and do that as neat as possible. So I've got that cut off now. I haven't worried about sanding that down or anything, because this is going to get covered up with this cord, and I've used the blue cord. I liked it when I made it to show you how to do it by hand, so I thought I would make one using this blue cord, and I'm going to be doing it in exactly the same way. All I'm doing is gluing this down all the way round on this pot, and if I run out, I'll make some more, or I may even go put a different colour on it and do multicoloured, but we'll see. So all I'm doing is with my cord, I'm going around there and sticking that on, and I will finish that whole pot in that same way. Well, finish that. That didn't take long at all, and all I did was do a little twisty there to finish that one off, and I think that's come out really, really pretty. So to finish this one off, all I'm going to do is tuck this down into there and finish it off like that. So I'm going to put my glue across there like that, twist that round and tuck that on there and push that in. And that one's all finished. And that should fit in there like that. And you could carry that around if you wanted to with something in. You could even put a little plant in it because this is plastic. Although when you wore in it, you'd want to make sure it didn't get watered because you wouldn't want it to get wet. I'm really pleased how that's come out. Ideal. Probably to put things in like the remotes for my cameras, that little pot, keys or things like that, and have it anywhere. I'm really pleased with how that's come out. Have you made any of these? I'd love to know. If you've done them with the sewing method, I'd love to know that as well, because that way you wouldn't have any of the glue bits that you'd have to trim up afterwards. But that's come out really well. So easy to make the twine as well with this, either a 2, 3 or 4 ply. And that comes out lovely. I did it all with that in minutes. I'll link everything I've used in the description below. So if you want to get hold of it, you can. It's really easy to get hold of it. Be sure to check out the video I've got coming up next. I think you'll love that. It's a great upcycle. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button. But most of all, enjoy your crafting. Take care. Bye.